What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Yard G2A Festival here on the Yard channel. It's going to be a best of 3 between mYinsanity and Game Online. And, well, right now, guys, first of all, the overlay is incorrect. So I'm just going to quickly fix that one, and hopefully that's going to be correct soon enough. But this is going to be a best of 3 from round 1. It took a little while to actually get the scheduling correct for this one. But we're here right now, and that's what matters. And also, this is the new patch. And I'm going to let you guys know right off the bat, guys. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. This is the first game that I've actually casted on this new patch. So, I officially have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what the items are, because I've only played like 3 games so far. So, everything is going to be absolutely disastrous. Now, that being said, it should be a rather good one. mYinsanity have had in the past couple of weeks or something like that, have had some really messed up stuff go on with their team lineup. Like, they've had 2 mYinsanities at one point, and then now there's just 1. But this is like pretty much the mYinsanity that everyone knows and loves, and Game Online, they're pretty much solid as is. But we have a draft going on, guys. This is not what I expected for my first .84 cast, but I'm going to try to run with it. Again, guys, apologies for my lack of knowledge. Patch is very new to me still. Undying Zeus gonna be banned out. We have to have that Alchemist. The potential abuse for Alchemist to just be, you know, rice farming the entire game and then just agonizing up the entire team is pretty high. I guess, like, the upside there is pretty high. Not really sure if it's actually worth doing, but it seems like a pretty sweet plan in theory, at least. Winter River also going to get banned out, which I'm a little upset about since I've yet to cast a game with her, him, it, that thing. I don't actually know. But Game Online, they're opening up very standard, or at least standard by .83 standards. Mag as well as the Queen of Pain. They will be looking for one hero to try to ramp out with this Magnus. I don't know if the standard Juggernaut Slarks are going to be applicable here. But any melee hero would do. Hell, even a Medusa, not too terrible, especially versus the DK on the other end. But, you know, the more you could get value out of that in power, the better off you're going to be. And Phantom Assassin seems like it's going to be the ban out for mYinsanity. But mYinsanity have a lot more interesting things going on than a Magnus and a Queen of Pain. I'm going to be honest, guys. Dragon Knight and Leshrac, 2 heroes that I did not expect to see a huge rise in as far as .84 is concerned. But GK and Leshrac, they are, first of all, they can get 2 stages where they'll be very tanky. Dragon Knight kind of has that inherently, and Leshrac will get there eventually. But the biggest thing these 2 heroes have in common is their ability and capacity to push shit down. They will destroy your towers like nobody else. Level 2 Edict is all you need, really, to start bringing in the hurt. And then once you get level 6 in the DK, your tower destruction power is insane. So for mYinsanity, they might be going for a little bit of a pretty deep pushing strategy, and that's going to prompt the Game Online bans as such, the Pugna and the Enchantress. They really are scared about maintaining control of their towers, as well they should be. Even if mYinsanity were not to go for this DK, or were not to go for any more pushing outside of this DK and Leshrac, this would still be a lot of pushing, and more so than we see ordinarily. mYinsanity could also go for Broodmother, Lycan, Nature's Prophet even. He got some tweaks. Like, there are options here for mYinsanity if they truly want to commit to a pushing strategy. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the best strategy. Already Game Online already have Shockwave and the Scream of Pain and Sonic Wave, I guess, to thin out the creep waves and really chip down the softer heroes early on of Leshrac. So, as far as going for your full-on pushing strategy, you probably are going to, you know, just be okay with some half measures and you won't commit fully to it. But if they really do want to go for it, then more power to them. Just go ahead and pick up that secondary pushing hero and you'll be good to go. But for Game Online, they look like they're going to go for a little bit more of a standard mid-rangey strategy here. You get the Queen of Pain some early game value with the Magnus as well, and then just try to lock down the game as much as possible. Kills are going to be very important for Game Online, as they ordinarily are, up against a pushing strategy. The more you're able to kill off the enemies, obviously the lower levels they'll be, the less gold they'll have. Therefore, the push is going to be delayed by just a little bit more every single time. And if you could delay the push by like 3-4 minutes, that's going to put a huge wrench into the overall game plan of the pushing team. And it looks like Game Online, they're going to grab a Juggernaut. You know, this is pretty standard stuff as far as .83 is concerned. Just get the Juggernaut a whole bunch of ramp, and versus the mYinsanity side is pretty resilient as well. I mean, Leshrac does have the physical, the Diabolic Edict. DK can build a lot of physical damage, but typically, unless he has that AC and Daedalus, isn't really going to be hitting that hard. It's mostly the fact that he's an immovable tank that is really going to provide mYinsanity value, as they do grab the Lion to partner up with this Earthshaker, now looking like a coreless Shrek, although I'm pretty sure that was pretty abundantly clear by the fact that it was second picked in this game. Alright, just gotta make sure that everything is working just fine, guys, since I am by myself today. Lion Shaker, that's a lot of stuns for mYinsanity. It's a hell of a lot of initiation. And really, when you have someone like a Leshrac, someone like a DK, you only need disable. Your supports don't actually need to be doing damage, which is, I guess, a cool luxury. Even though Lion Shaker can eventually end up doing some okay damage, if you just hold the target there for Leshrac's Edict to go to work, for him to get 2, maybe even 3 Lightning Storms off, then you'll be a happy camper. And also, as far as mYinsanity's ability to peel heroes away from Leshrac, though it is very hard to peel the likes of Magnus with the Skewer, Queen of Pain with the Blink, and Juggernaut with Magic Immunity and Omnislash, it is going to be very possible because literally everyone on their team has some form of disable. Whether or not that disable is highly leveled up, that's another question entirely. But if Queen of Pain jumps in, there's going to be a Hex, and a Dragon Tail, and a Fissure, and then a Split Earth waiting for her. So BKBs for Game Online are going to be huge. Hell, even on the Juggernaut, like, you don't really want to be going for a BKB on Juggernaut, like, ever. Mostly you just want to get damage if you can, but in this game when there's so much CC, your spin isn't really going to cut it. Spin is really good up against what mYinsanity have. Weaker heroes, as far as the health pools are concerned, just Shaker, Lion, Leshrac, very spinnable. And even DK, though he is pretty tanky, it's mostly physical tankiness, so the magic damage of the spin should be able to cut right through that pretty darn effectively. And I just realized you can't see that, guys, because of the overlay, so it does do magical damage. That's the important thing to take away from my mouse over there. So if he does want to go for a very heavy spin-oriented build, that would be good versus what mYinsanity have. However, with Game Online already having the Magnus, it would indicate that the Juggernaut is going to go for more of a passive stat crit build, and then just try to ramp up his farm in an incredible way. Disruptor, Spirit Breaker are going to be the bans out from either side right now. Game Online most likely just looking for their last support hero, and so they could pretty much pick up anyone. I mean, the support pool is pretty versatile, and mYinsanity grab a Darkseer. Okay, well, it seems like, you know, I really don't like to say this that often, but I'm just going to let you guys know that whenever there is a team that picks up weird stuff, I don't care if that weird stuff is good or not. I don't care how weird it is. As long as it's outside of the ordinary, I typically tend to root for them in my head. And mYinsanity have some weird stuff going on. Darkseer, Leshrac, Dragon Knight, this is some wombo combo stuff right here, but also it works very well together. Like, mYinsanity have pretty much skipped the .83 patch, gone back to .82, and decided to build up a Death Ball. Now, sometimes Death Balling is just, you just gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Like, sometimes it's just what works. But, yeah, Darkseer as the last pick, it's a solid offlane hero for mYinsanity, and no one's really going to doubt that, especially up against a Juggernaut, who will typically have a little bit of trouble as far as right-clicking the creeps are concerned when there's Ion Shells galore flooding the creep wave. But as far as also fighting early for mYinsanity, which should be what they want to do, it is going to be what you want to do whenever you pick up a Core Leshrac and a DK, because your late game, especially versus a farm Juggernaut, is very, very slim. They need someone to actually grab a mech, and that's where Darkseer is going to come in. I don't know if he's going to go for Guardian Greaves. Yeah, I actually did remember that item name, guys. Aren't you proud of me? But that seems like it would be a pretty good build for someone on this mYinsanity side. Getting mechs, pipes, these supporty aura items should be what Darkseer wants to do. And Darkseer is a hero that can do it. Like, as far as offlanes are concerned, he tends to get a lot of gold just because he is able to cut the creep wave, he can go into the jungle if needed, and he is going to be fairly wealthy and tanky. So if you have a tanky hero on the front lines, able to peel away, able to surge away the Leshrac from the enemy Queen of Pain, this Darkseer fits in absolutely perfectly with what mYinsanity should be looking to do. And here we go, guys. Let me just fix some stuff real fast. I think that's fine. Where is it? Oh, no, wait, hold up, guys, hold up. Oh yeah, there we go. So you guys know who you're listening to. I still have to open my mic. It's very annoying. Oh, I also have to... God damn it. So many things. Camera deceleration. Camera deceleration is really hard to play with in Dota, but when you're casting, it's miraculous. Like, look how smooth that is. But anyway, guys, this is game 1 in a best of 3 Game Online versus mYinsanity. Here we go. Of course, this is... the entire tournament really is helped out by G2A. So you could use the YARD code YARD to save a little bit of cash on the G2A website there and tell them well, actually, you don't have to tell them I sent you, because that probably won't mean much to them, but it will mean a lot to me if you did that, just because that would be hilarious to me. On the game online side, we got Zeroji playing the support Rubik. Boots first is something to note. Excalibur is going to be playing the Juggernaut down towards bottom lane. Pelican's going to be handling the Abaddon with Rock Snack on the Queen of Pain up towards top. That leaves ZINTZ on the Mag, although I'm pretty sure that is ZINTZ, and that's just like capital I, lowercase l stuff going on. About 100% on that. For the mYinsanity side, Milan is going to be on the DK with some sick armor. Gogi is on the Leshrac, probably mid lane solo. Grazine's on the Shaker, Lizard's on the Lion. That leaves Mitch on the Darkseer. So I already discussed the Darkseer too a little bit. I'm pretty sure you guys can understand why I think it's a good pick. And oh, sneaky plays. Hold on, guys. They are going to bait ZLTZ into a trap. It is a huge trap. You better skewer like right now, bro. He does get the skewer out, and he is going to get it out. Gogi holding on to a Split Earth. A rather cautious play there from mYinsanity. Mitch did grab the Ion Shell level 1, and Game Online did see that. But with no Fissure, no Dragon Tail, and no Split Earth, you're not going to get that kill. So I do think that was probably a possibility for mYinsanity to have gotten first blood right there. But hey, they can eventually get it a little bit down the line. Unless Mitch just walks through a whole pile of heroes, that should not be very fun for him. Well, he's going to be going down to the off lane, and he will be fine. But going back to this Abaddon pick, the last pick of the Game Online side, this is a hero that is in response almost purely to the abundance of CC from the mYinsanity side. As I said before, I guess up until the Darkseer pick, everyone, oh no, everyone on the mYinsanity side has some sort of crowd control effect. And Darkseer, I guess, is the only exception to that, but it doesn't really matter because he's going to be a non-factor. ZLTZ up towards top is going to dodge a spike split combo. Split Earth, as far as a stun is concerned, is not that good when it's level 1. Very hard to land. The cast range is pretty good, but it's very difficult to set up when you only have a spike. So Mitch is just so unhappy right now because he has no way to actually get down, and he got just cliffed by Zeroji. So poor Darkseer, this mech or whatever that was going to come up is not going to come up until a long time. ZLT's up towards top lane, going to skewer Lizard back into the tower. Tower shots will get him first blood, and now he's probably going to pay the price. Gogi only needs a couple more right clicks. He will get that kill in response, but a huge pickup on the top lane for the Mag. You have to give the Magnus a wide berth if you're actually going to go for a kill like that, especially when you're someone as soft as Lion. You have 1 base armor, less than 500 base HP. And things are not going to be good for you if you get hit by a tower at all. Like, if you take 1 tower shot, you're already really sad. ZLTZ up towards top is going to hit again with the stun combination. He again does have a skewer back. He will cash Gogi into it, dragging him into tower range. 1 tower shot, 2 tower shots. ZLTZ is looking at a secondary kill here, and he'll get it as well. Grazine can do nothing but watch his Leshrac die. Huge plays from this Magnus so far, and, well, in the meantime, this is happening in the bottom lane. Zeroji, he's just waiting for the courier. Like, this is such an asshole thing to do, but it's so efficient that it's definitely worth doing. Mitch is not going to do anything for a long time, because if he tries to leave, he'll probably just get lifted up. Like, is Zeroji really just going to wait for Mitch here all the time? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with watching. I don't care if Magnus dies, because this is much more entertaining. Mitch is going to wish so much right now that he has Vacuum level 1 instead of Ion Shell. Zeroji has double damage, but of course 25% miss chance on the uphill is a pain in the ass. This is a free kill for Zeroji unless someone actually helps him. Pelican is going to ward away Lizard, got his value mango there, but Mitch is going to try to hide behind a tree. That's not going to work. Ion Shell because panic mode. I'm panicking, and Zeroji is going to claim an easy kill for Game Online. That was like the cheesiest of cheese. Like, it doesn't really get any more than that. If you had a cheese on a hero right now, that would be the cheesiest. This still would be the cheesiest play. But Zeroji, with a DD rune, going to get himself a free kill. But now Darkseer is actually free, and he can actually start playing this game. I know, imagine that, right? Playing a game of Dota. He's going to go into his lane. Unfortunately, he's level 1, and Juggernaut's already level 3, pushing level 4. So this Darkseer is probably not going to have the best of times in this bottom lane. He probably wouldn't have had a great time to begin with. A decent time, considering Rubik's the only one poking at him, but now that the Juggernaut actually can help out, things are going to get really rough really quickly because Mitch is still only level 1. He has no surge. He's going to get dove real deep. Pelican blocks out this entrance. That's going to be the death of the Darkseer. He will run to the south as this 2-man spike holds out Pelican and Zeroji, but he's still taking big shots from Excalibur. Shield will explode soon. That's going to kill off Mitch if nothing else. Kaboom? Kaboom. How did that not kill him? What? Mitch is still alive somehow, but I don't think he's going to live for very long, so I'm just going to claim the kill again on this Darkseer, and we're at a 4-1 score, guys, in favor of Game Online. Up towards top lane in the meantime, ZLNTZ has been doing a decent job, all things considered. 2-1-0, an amazing score, really, for an offlane Magnus, who should be 0-1-0 and then trying to look towards somewhere other than the top lane to actually get his bread, but he's doing just fine up here for right now. mYinsanity, they are doing okay in the mid lane, I suppose. DK versus the Queen of Pain is a very old mid lane matchup, and that typically doesn't really favor the Dragon Knight ever. Really, it's up to Rocksnack to put the pressure on the DK, and DK just to use his Breathe Fire and manage his bottle correctly to get some last hits. But the important thing for Milan in this lane is that he is getting experience, and that's really all he wants in this lane, because he's getting experience. Gogi, though he did die, is also getting a little bit of experience. He has Lightning and Split Earth right now. I would have expected him to go for a little bit more of an Edict-oriented build, but you could always just go straight 4 points of Edict from this level out, just, you know, levels 6 through 9. Edict, 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 and you're going to be happy. Lightning is just so value in this lane when you have an off-lane Magnus to compete up against. Lightning is pretty much guaranteed to hit every single time. Especially when you could fissure him and just nuke him down like that. I did not expect that Lightning to do that much damage, but yeah, that definitely happened. Now that Magnus is gonna die, this time without getting any trades, but it's a big kill again for mYinsanity, mostly just because they're getting more levels. Rocksnack over in mid's gonna get hit with the Dragon Tail. Lizard's coming in looking for a spike. Fissure is there. Oh, miscommunication from mYinsanity. Oh, Lizard did not realize, I don't think, that Grazine was in position there for a fissure. If they had the Spike Hex combo, they definitely could have killed off the Queen of Pain and probably shrugged off tower shots on the way in, because Dragon Knight at this point has 8 armor already. 8 armor 5 minutes in is an obscene amount of survivability versus towers. A lot more, at least, compared to the Lion that we saw previously. But down towards bottom lane, Mitch is still having a rough time. At least now he has Surge. But the problem is that he has to use it to not quite escape. So now he doesn't have Surge anymore, and Zeroji still has a lift. So there we go. Mitch into the air. Excalibur is going to let loose with the spin as well. Only level 1, but it should be more than enough to grind down the Darkseer. Of course, Zeroji is going to decide to steal that kill, because that's what Rubiks do. They gotta take the kills sometimes. He's 3-0-0 right now, 0 CS. But why do you need CS when you could just kill the enemy heroes? It's clearly better. Zeroji, Pelican, Excalibur dominating this bottom lane. There's really nothing much that mYinsanity could have done about this, except for, well, not have their Darkseer get cliffed. But that was unfortunately just unavoidable, it seems. So maybe if Darkseer was there from the beginning, things could be going a lot better for mYinsanity. But across the board, CS slightly in favor of Game Online, kill score in favor of Game Online, and they are going to need it. I mentioned during the draft, if you're up against a pushing type lineup, such as a Lestrak and a DK, then any, oh, mid lane? Okay, no, he's going to be fine for Rocksnack. Then any sort of kill is going to delay the push by a good margin. Like, if they were waiting on Mitch to get something like, oh, Omnislash, he's going to die to a Fade Bolt again. I did not realize Excalibur was level 6, guys. That's my bad. But if they were waiting for Darkseer to grab a mech before they're actually going to push, they're going to have to wait for a lot longer, because he's not even at a soul ring yet, and it's 7 minutes. He doesn't have boots yet, and with the level 6 now being up on the Juggernaut, he's pushing level 7 very quickly. It's going to be unlikely that he's going to be able to return to this lane. It's time for him to jungle, and luckily for him, Lizard has been stacking up the jungle pretty highly, but you also kind of want to give that to Milan. Get him to level 2 Dragon Form, and then just try to get stuff there. Grazine is going to run to ZLNTZ up towards top lane. He's going to get hit out of his skewer. Right clicks, not quite going to be enough. Here comes Zeroji, going to lift up the Lestrak, trying to drag him into tower range, although a little bit too short there. They will have to fall back, as the Magnus is going to survive, albeit barely. Again, they had to give him a wide berth there. RP into Skewer would have definitely been a kill on someone should they have gotten caught. Lizard's still in the area, but Zeroji's going to get a little bit more time and experience up on top. He has his Arcane Boots up already, but the troubling thing for Game Online is that Dragon Knight is such an independent pusher that he can just go ahead and do stuff from the mid lane by himself. Up towards top lane, Zeroji's going to get hit with the double stun. Not even the double stun, just the spike combo into Lightning. That's a level 4 Lightning Strike Storm. So many lightning spells in this game. Lightning Storm, 260 damage, a rather mediocre nuke, but the fact that it has such a low cooldown in such a decent range, cast range, makes it very hard to deal with. And now with level 2 Edict, both Gogi as well as Milan are going to be applying pressure to their respective towers. And for Game Online, yeah, they could get into fights with Mitch all they want. That's not going to save their mid and top lane tower. Excalibur actually going to chase Mitch out. He's going to put a lot of damage into that Darkseer for free. Mid lane tower will be defended, of course, and top lane is going to be destroyed. That was a lot of damage power coming out from just level 2 Edict, like promised, guys. Really all you need, but down towards bottom, Milan's invisible. He's going to get the Dragon Tail onto Excalibur. He has a spin, but will it save him? Mistcoil is going to heal him up a little bit. Milan's going to get surged forward, looking for another Dragon Tail or Breathe Fire, but the lift up from Zeroji's going to save him. Won't save the Abaddon, however. Excalibur is going to be home free. Zeroji's going to get hit with the Dragon Tail instead. Now Grazine with the Chain Stun. They're going to chase down with the Ion Shell. Zeroji should be dying here. Just one more right click after a little bit of chasing. No, he's going to fall short! Oh, Milan with the cautious play. Again, with 2 points in the armor, 2 points Dragon Blood, you could dive towers pretty darn easily, but he just overestimated his damage output or underestimated the survivability of Rubik, who is level 4 right now. So that is a kill that should have gone mYinsanity's way if Milan just dove a little bit deeper, gave the Ion Shell just, what, half a second more to actually do its damage, and it would have been golden. But instead, he has to walk away with only 1 kill, and it's a nice kill on the Abaddon, don't get me wrong. But it could have been 2, guys. It could have been 2. In the meantime, we have Juggernaut happily farming up. He's lucky to have survived, and now he's on the hunt. He doesn't exactly have a wealth of mana right now, but with Mitch already getting lifted up into the air, Excalibur's going to get Arcane Boot up. Mitch is in so much trouble right now. Omni Slash is going to do him in. Fissure a little bit too late, though. Dropping Zeroji a little bit low. Lightning Strike. Storm from across the Fissure Chasm will get that kill in a 1-for-1 trade that mYinsanity should not be happy making. Although, when you're in desperate times, you need desperate measures. 0-5-1 in this Darks here, and he will continue to have a really rough time. Stack looks like it's not going to be cleaned up by him. Milan still looking for that level 11, is not quite there yet. They're going to find Excalibur, though, in his own wood. Spike after Hex. Grazine looking for the Chain Stun. They will miss that one. Lightning Storm from across the way will not do it. Now the shield is up. Will it be enough? It will not. Juggernaut going to go down. Now Pelican on the run as well. He's going to dodge death right now. Zeroji is going to come in to help. They also have the Queen of Pain incoming, who has so far been playing a very hands-off role. She's going to run straight into the Lion. Spike is there, though, and Milan's Chainstone with the Dragon Tail and the Breathe Fire. That's the Queen of Pain down. No response so far from Game Online. They're going to catch Grazine on side from ZLTZ, but Grazine's more than tanky enough to walk out of there alive. Milan still with the Haste Rune, pushing forward, looking for this Magnus right now. RP Skewer is available. They know now where he is, but do they want to actually go deal with him? Because going in here means that you're going to get hit with an RP. They will instead decide to back off and go for this tower push. But Game Online, they want to defend. ZLTZ still with the Skewer and RP. Gonna look for an angle. Is gonna catch Milan. No, he won't get stunned up. Gogi taking a lot of damage in the meantime. ZLTZ still being held out. He has a Skewer, but Finger of Death is there. It won't quite kill him off as he gets the RP over onto Lizard. As Excalibur does kill off Leshak over on the sidelines. They will steal the Finger of Death. Zeroji packing a cannon right now. Just needs a clear target. Fade Bolt Finger. There it is on the Lion. That's gonna be 2 kills for Game Online as Mag barely gets out of there with his life. Excalibur claiming yet another kill. Still with only level 1 Blade Fury, but still doing a lot of work with it. Again, if you're not going to actually engage and kill off the Magnus, he's going to RP you, and he's probably going to make your life very difficult. Darkseer, of course, dies again, because at this point, that's what Darkseer is good at. And he will be probably just doing that for the entire game, but he is going to go for the mech for his team, it looks like. Queen of Pain going to grab a free one there. Game Online have so far held strong up against the pushing power of mYinsanity. It is level 3 Edict now from Gogi. It will be getting stronger as he does get more HP, and Milan, of course, is looking for that level 2 Dragon form to clear off this whatever stack of creeps. Quad, I don't even know, I'm not going to count it. But the pushing is eventually going to come a little bit harder, and for Game Online, they have to be prepared for that. Level 2 Sonic Wave is going to be a huge boon there, especially if it's amplified by an Orchid. That in and of itself will kill off the Lion. That will make Darkseer a non-factor. That could even, maybe even kill off a Leshak. Gogi probably will have 2 points in what I assume to be his Soul Booster coming up at a certain point in this game. So the 2 health components of the Soul Booster, the Vit and Point Booster, it's going to make him really difficult to kill, but not impossible. Don't underestimate how much damage a Queen of Pain is able to put out. But right now, mYinsanity, I think they really just have to chill and wait for some items. Like, Milan has a lot of gold, and all this gold is doing nothing for him, needs to spend it on something. I mean, you could go for the standard DK builds, like Drums and Sanjanyasha. Like, these are good items for DK. I don't know if that's actually going to be his build in this game. Maybe they want to go for a little bit more pushing. Just is Medallion like actually something you want to be doing on DK? I don't think so. Like, I feel like a standard DK build is going to be fine, although if it was going to be Drums, it probably would have been grabbed already. Shadowblade, also not a terrible plan, although mYinsanity really don't have the momentum and the farm on this Dragonite to make a Shadowblade really a supreme pick. They could go for that and probably be okay with doing it, but Game Online will most likely be prepared and see that one coming from a mile away. Well, they're just going to go for this mid lane tower push. This tower probably not going to last too long. Zeroji, of course, is here with Fade Bolt, Lightning Storm as well. Looking for that deny, looking to thin the creep wave. creep wave has been thinned. The tower is also down. Leshrac dropping very low, however. He's gonna eat a lot of his own lightning, which kind of sucks, but it is just a straight Shadow Blade for the DK, so mYinsanity looking to get some kills. Just a couple here and there with this Shadow Blade item. His ability to kill people off by himself, however, relatively limited. Killing off Queen of Pain, very difficult. Killing off Mag and Juggernaut, even more so. Killing off Rubik is a possibility. Abaddon, once he gets level 6, is next to impossible. So Milan is going to have to join his allies for most of these Shadow Blade ganks if he actually wants to be getting kills with it. And of course, when you get this item, you want to be getting kills with it. It's not really going to help out by the fact that he was just spotted by a Radiant Observer Ward. So this item, you would love for it to be a surprise. And, well, it's clearly not going to be a surprise anymore. At least it might be a surprise. Game Online's Rocksnack. He's going to hit with the Dragon Tail right off the bat, looking for a Hex and Spike. They will get both. Finger of Death available, but unneeded. Breathe Fire will get the kill on the Queen of Pain. I thought they saw that. I mean, maybe they were just not checking the item slots. Maybe they just weren't thinking that Milan would go straight towards the mid lane. But, yeah, whatever. They're going to find Lizard with an Omni Slash. That's going to get a pretty easy kill. Oh, man. Rubik stealing the Impale as well. And Milan is in a very awkward position right now. Pelican is technically sandwiching him with the haste rune as well. Milan's, though, going to go invis once again on the assassination hunt. He's going to find Zeroji, but the shield there. Zeroji's going to survive for a little while longer, but Fissure is going to get them enough time to actually get the kill. Echo Slam now into Excalibur. Milan puts his Dragon Form. They're looking for Excalibur on the run. Pelican also is not too healthy. He has a lot of mana, however. One more splash hit will kill him off, or the lightning damage. That'll do it. Excalibur still very swift with the Mask of Madness. Grazine has another Fissure. It will connect, and it will kill off the Juggernaut. They see Rocksnack incoming, but if he teleports into this one, he doesn't know who he's teleporting into. He will be forced to back away. mYinsanity get a free 3 kill, and Mitch, he's almost going to die to a tower. Almost being the operative word. He's going to survive for a little while longer, building up a little bit more towards his mech, but DK's Shadow Blade, rather, has been doing some pretty serious work, and he's going to do a little bit more once he finds Rocksnack. Not going to get the extra damage, has a Dragon Tail already used, but the damage from Gogi's Lightning Storm more than enough to kill off the Queen of Pain, and Leshrac is filling up his Bloodstone charges really quickly. Also going to find ZLNTZ on the way out. Lightning Storm, just 2 more right clicks, or Pulse Nova. That'll do it too. It's a double kill for Gogi as the Magnus finds himself in the wrong part of town. mYinsanity claim a whole slew of very easy kills right off the back of the Shadow Blade. Now I said, guys, Milan, if he's going to go for the hunts with the Shadow Blade assassination attempts, he's going to have to be joined by a couple of his allies, and that's exactly what they do. Game Online, with the long-range initiation of the Fissure, as well as the pretty sizable cast range of a Split Earth that's level 2, can actually follow up Milan's Shadow Blade attempts very, very nicely. And now that Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger, they can follow up even better still. Milan is going to be a pretty large driving force behind the mYinsanity engine. That's really what you would expect when you pick up a Dragon Knight first pick. Like, you expect him to be doing stuff like this, and you expect him to be pushing towers and whatnot, but probably not by this margin. He's gotten off to such an amazing start once he picked up that Shadow Blade that seems like he wasn't even in this game until he picked that item up. Now, even though the Earthshaker, it's really nice to have him with the Blink Dagger, ZLNTZ is going to pack one of his own. So Blink RP is going to be an amazing tool up against the mYinsanity side, mostly because when they're pushing, they're going to tend to be grouped up. The Leshrac is going to have to stay far away from the DK, and if they're far away, they can't protect each other. So landing an RP onto 2 heroes for ZLNTZ, very easy, or at least very possible in this game. Not to mention the fact that even if he doesn't land that, he's now working with maxed out in power, so Excalibur's farm is going to be ramped out by a disgusting margin. He's not quite on the top of the net worth chart. The slew of kills that the Dragon Knight got with the Leshrac definitely put him over the edge there. Now they're going to smoke up and look for probably Excalibur right now. Milan's going to breathe some fire over the creep wave, and look at that, Mud Golems got aggroed off of the breathe fire. The new patch is amazing, guys, but the smoke is still coming up towards top lane. It's everyone from mYinsanity versus only 3 of Game Online. Excalibur just wants this tower, and he might get it, or he might get jumped. Milan's going to go straight for the Magnus, who's caught in the trees. He's going to get chain stun and very easily brought down. Tower is down as Excalibur's going to spin TP away. Pelican might not be as lucky. Spike going to miss, but the vacuum will not. Pelican is going to have his ultimate popped, but I don't think there's much of an escape here for him. He's even going to fill up Lizard's mana pool on his way out because that seems nice of him. Gogi's going to draw a double, and Game Online, yeah, they get a tower. They might even get 2 towers. No, I mean, these towers aren't really being pushed that hard. They do lose 2 heroes, and in a big gank from mYinsanity, they will just clean house and probably shove the lane as much as possible. I don't know if with the DK leaving, they'll be able to fully commit to this push, Maybe if DK was... No, he's not going to go for travels. He has power treads. What is it called? Silver Blade. Is that what you go for when you go for the... Would you go for the Shadow Blade? Can I show this in shop? Yes, I can. Silver Edge. I'm sorry, guys. Still getting used to the item names. Seems like the logical progression after the item, especially since he's looking to play this game more aggressively. Grabbing that edge is going to be huge for Milan. More strength, mostly. I mean, that's... Well, I guess not mostly, but a good portion of the value of the item is the fact that it has strength in its inventory. Like, it has Sanj as part of its cost. So, you could read all that. I'll give you guys some time to read that in case you're not entirely familiar with some of the newer items. But Silver Edge, mostly just because it has strength in its build, is going to make it a pretty valuable item for DK. Now, we can say, screw the Silver Edge, I'm fine with the Shadow Blade. I'm going to go for an Assault Cuirass, and that would be probably just as good, if not even better, for Melange, because when you're going for that Assault Cuirass, minus armor, is huge when you have a Leshrac on your team. Extra Edict damage when you're pushing, sign me up. For mYinsanity, they're smoked up once again. I saw someone with a Glimmer Cape. Yeah, there it is. So I'll give you guys, again, a little bit of time to read this one, just in case you're a little bit unfamiliar with what it does. Hopefully overlay isn't restricting that. That's Glimmer Magic Resistance 66%. So when you cast that, your buddy becomes invis, they get more or less immune to magic, and you're good to go. And it's just a good value item. Like 20% spell resistance, has cloak in its build up. It's a pretty good item just to have. And DK always on the hunt. He's gonna get sentryed though. Blink forward RP, going to whiff. Actually canceled by CLTZ, but he's not gonna get a great chance. He got 2 Omni Slash on the same 2, Sonic Wave as well. That's immediately 2 down. Milan's also gonna die as well as Gogi. It's a triple kill for Excalibur as Grazine. He overshot the rest of his team. He's gonna try to TP out of here. He might make it out alive. He will. Oh my god, that was a brutal combination. I thought ZLTC missed his shot. I thought he was going to get chain stunned, but he got out just in time, and Excalibur set up the Omni Slash and the Sonic Wave. Immediately killed off 2 heroes. Mech was even used there for mYinsanity, but DK not tanky enough to withstand that, and it's going to be game online cleaning house in a 4-0 exchange. Leshrac's going to be up very quickly because of his Bloodstone, but he can't really do much about it. In fact, he's going to teleport in just to get lifted up. Echo Slam stolen. He's going to get screwed back, or at least no, Zealand's looking for it, but he can't quite get the angle because he doesn't have it on cooldown. Zeroji is going to die to Gogi, but the spin there from Excalibur is going to be buffed up by the Glimmer Cape. He will survive, albeit barely. It looks like the Leshrac might live with the mech. He definitely will. So they won't lose the Leshrac. That would have been really bad. They instead just gained the Rubik. Lizard on the hunt right now. Surged forward. Is going to find Pelican with the Hex. They have an Impale. They have a Fissure. They will burst right through him. He didn't have his ultimate, but you can burst an Abaddon even through his borrowed time activation. So they will clean house there. mYinsanity getting 2 kills in response to the 4 that they have lost, but still not exactly good times for them. They do now have to face up against an Aegis from the Juggernaut. I'm sorry, guys, about my dog. I can't really do anything about it once you hear someone. I know, raise your frankers, right? Too bad we're not on Twitch. You can't actually do that. But mYinsanity, they're going to push forward for a little bit more. They do have level 4 Edict right now. They have Dragonite in just a little bit with his Dragon form. Not quite at that Frost Dragon yet, but sometimes the Corrosive is really all you need. This tower is going to drop in a hurry. And game online without an RP, probably going to be hard-pressed to defend it. And mYinsanity, you can see the grouping right there. Very, very closely grouped up. That only really happens because they know that RP is down. So it is kind of the idea of what I was saying before of mYinsanity's tendency to group up. But I'm pretty sure they only did that because they knew that they were safe in doing it. Looks like Milan's going to say screw the Silver Edge. I'm just going to go for the Assault Cuirass. And I think I already outlined why that's a great item for him. He's going to clear out a triple 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, baby, a quad stack. That's a lot of cash for Milan. That should be close to his Assault Cuirass, if not his... Actually, is that his Assault Cuirass complete? It might be his Assault Cuirass completed, depending on how much cash that actually gives him. It's going to be close either way, and game online, they're not going to sit back and just wait for the next push to come. If they can catch mYinsanity outside when they're all spread out, it's going to be the same exact thing as I said before. They catch them off guard, they delay the push by just a little bit by getting these kills. And if they get a kill on DK, that will be huge. He's already cleared off his stack though, and with the invis in his bottle, he'll get out of there just fine. Pelican pushing the high ground, going to put some vision up, but mYinsanity seem to know that this one's coming. They will not get caught out by this. So game online, they will fall back for right now. Obviously, it would be better if they were able to get those kills on before the push was incoming from mYinsanity, but hey, the fact that they don't get any kills isn't going to be too bad. They still have Excalibur working with a huge amount of damage right now. We already saw how much damage he was able to do previously in that last fight. Just give him a couple seconds to right-click. Match style not quite going to help him. I think, again, BKB for Excalibur should be more or less a necessity for him up against so many stuns, but you can't really always depend on your Magnus to land a 2-man RP and just to clean house off of that combo. But sometimes it'll happen. sometimes it just won't. mYinsanity, they'll go for a pretty direct counter push on the bottom lane. This tower is fortifiable and probably will be fortified, but to what end? This tower is going to die, and it looks like mYinsanity will lose a tower. Game Online going to claim this one for free. No real response here from the Game Online side. Their ability to push is very high, of course, but we've seen that, but they're just not in any good position to actually go for it. And now the bottom lane is getting pushed even harder. Excalibur's going to let loose with that sword, fortify again up because the tier 1 just died, and this tower is going to take an absolute beating. Frostmourne, or not Frostmourne, Curse of Avernus, I'm sorry guys, can help Excalibur out in that a little bit more. Tower down up towards top lane, tower getting a little bit of pressure, but not enough to actually bring it down. People teleporting back from Game Online will not be caught out on the retreat. It'll just be a very, very simple two tower kill for Game Online. They could probably replicate that on any given lane. Up towards top, they're going to get into a fight, actually. Grazini going to lift it up. What is Zeroji stolen? Fissure has been stolen, but he's going to chase down by Mitch. He has a 4-staff, and he's very tanky, Zeroji. He's just going to try TP out Mitch, so already uses Vacuum. Can't do anything to stop that Rubik, nor can Lizard. Blink Dagger, though, up. Maybe would have gotten him in range if he just Blink spiked. Would have been a little bit close. But either way, the Rubik does get to live for a little while longer, and mYinsanity, with the Assault Cuirass up, should be looking for a little bit more pushing, but just doesn't seem like the momentum is really in their favor. They have a slight net worth lead and a slight experience lead. It's not really what you want, though. That much is just not comfortable enough for them to actually go for these pushes. They're going to run to the Queen of Pain, though. There's a Dragon Tail. No, it's not. He uses the Shapeshift instead. Zeroji now going to steal Dragon Form. That's a pretty sweet one to steal on Rubik. It's not fantastic, but it's awesome. That was a little bit of greedy play there for Milan. They saw the Assault Cuirass, and now RP onto Milan. He's going to get chopped up to bits. Excalibur claimed that one. Now chasing 4 for Lizard. 1 shot, 2 shot. Not quite going to be enough, so he needs 4. It's a double kill for Excalibur as they catch mYinsanity on the retreat. Game Online. And now, with the Rubik's Dragon Form stolen, it's really bad when you're in a fight, but when you're going for pushing, oh yeah, that Corrosive, that is just value upon value. That's the good stuff from Zeroji. Tower is going to drop, and with mYinsanity being down 2 heroes, looks like they really can't afford to defend anything else that Game Online have to offer right now. They'll just slide up to the top lane and take that tower as well. As I was saying, the Queen of Pain probably did see the Assault Cuirass minus armor, so she's like, oh shit, well, that's not mine, therefore it's going to be the enemy's. I should probably get out of there, and of course, Zeroji just has been on point this entire game. 6, 4, and 6. Stealing and lifting heroes when it matters, and mYinsanity's pushing has all but stopped. Now here's where we get to a weird situation where mYinsanity have to be looking for a little bit more of a late game strategy. But with Leshrac and DK, that's really not amazing. Like, it's okay. DK, if he had a Daedalus right now and or a Mjolnir, then he would be in prime position just to pop his Dragon Form and just go to town on everyone all by himself. But he doesn't. He's getting a decent amount of farm. His net worth is actually pretty darn good, but it just isn't really enough for what he needs to be doing should mYinsanity be looking to transition into a much slower game. So it might be a little bit difficult for mYinsanity to get any more aggressive traction from here on out. Aegis is going to be huge in that, but of course the Aegis was, I think, recently reclaimed. Excalibur had that one and didn't die with it, so it's going to be a long time until Roshan is back up alive, and they have to wait for that one, of course, but they also have to actually kill him off. And that's really where it becomes a little bit more difficult, because you're going into the Roche Pit up against the Queen of Pain and the Magnus. Yeah, you have a Darkseer, you have a Dragon Knight, those are all great heroes for the Roche Pit, but it is hard to compare. And Excalibur is just farming up a storm. What did he actually buy? Okay, Eye of Scotty straight, it looks like. Wait. No, okay, almost Eye of Scotty straight. He's almost there, just not quite enough room in the courier. I was like, that's Eye of Scotty, isn't it? No, it is technically, but not really. Alright, so he'll have that one up, and that's going to put him at like 2,000-ish HP at the very least. It's a lot of HP to actually burn through. Not to mention the fact the Game Online will also have a level 2, pushing level 3 Sonic Wave on this Queen of Pain. Magnus, of course, has his Blink 4-staff completed. He's ready to go as well. And Zeroji, he's looking for his Aghanim Scepter. What could he actually Aghanim steal? Echo Slam has an upgrade, Pulse Nova has an upgrade, Finger and Wall all have Aghanim's upgrades. So you get some pretty insane value from that item on Rubik, if you can grab that. Oh, did they add Aghanims on DK? Oh, I actually don't remember. I don't think they did. I want to think that they did because of how awesome that could potentially be, but again, guys, I'm sorry, this is my first 0.8 forecast. Not entirely familiar with all the patch changes yet, but I'm pretty sure DK doesn't have one. But either way, you could steal up a whole bunch of stuff from the Rubik, and even if you're not stealing ultimates, you're still getting some pretty insane value with the lowered cooldown of the spell steal. By the way, Juggernaut now is his namesake. He is very hard to move, 2000 HP easily with Agi Treads, up 2300 when he has Strength Treads, and he's absolutely dishing. mYinsanity, they're on the defensive right now, and this is really what they wanted to avoid for this entire game. They haven't even taken all the tier 2s yet. This is really not where they want to be in this game. This is also not where Mitch wants to be. His Darkseer's had such a rough time. He's had the Hand of Midas for quite a long while, but that's not really going to help him up against an Omni Slash. It's just not. So, oh no, Mitch. No, Mitch, please. Okay, he's going to blink out of there just safe and sound. We'll use the Midas when it's available as well, so he'll get out of there. But Game Online, they're feeling pretty good right now. They've weathered the early game storm of a DK and Leshrac combination. They will still have to worry about a very tanky Leshrac going for the Octarine Core? Is that it? Again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not entirely familiar. Oh, yes, Octarine Core. Fun fact, I'll just bring this up for you guys so you can actually see it, since that's probably what he's going to go for. I don't know how great the cooldown reduction is going to be on the Leshrac. I mean, I guess is nice for his 3 skills, not ultimates. Going to be pretty much irrelevant there, since Pulse Nova doesn't really have a cooldown. But the lifesteal is really what he wants right here. When you're doing so much AoE magic damage as a Leshrac, your Octarine Core is going to juice you up so high. And oh, Excalibur is going to run into Milan, who's Shadow Bladed up. Leshrac right around the corner as well. Excalibur knows something is up because Assault Cuirass is there. But he's feeling confident right now because he is so freaking tanky. He's going to find Gogi. There's an Omni Slash waiting for you, Gogi. He's going to Glimmer Cape it out. Milan's going to take most of the damage there with his armor. He'll be just fine, but Excalibur didn't take a beating. Sonic Wave is there with a 3-man RP from ZLNTZ. That's going to skewer them all back through the wall. There's an Echo Slam from Grazine. It's going to help him a little bit in trying to turn this one around. They lose the Magnus and the Juggernaut both, but they probably won't get anything else. Grazine will also die. Wall from the Darkseer there, not really doing too much. Everyone from Game Online more than happy to pass right through it. But a huge RP there from the Magnus, and Juggernaut pretty much did everything that he could have done as well. It's a 3 for 2 and for 4 for 2 rather. For mYinsanity, things could have gone a lot worse. They're probably lucky to get away with their Lion, but still a big fight there for Game Online. Losing their Mag, losing their Jug, yeah, it's less than ideal, but the amount of net worth that they get off of that on their other heroes, i.e. the completed Aghanim Scepter on the Rubik, another 2300 gold on Vrocksnack, as well as, I think that's a pretty new Glimmer Cape on the Abaddon. But he's holding on to 1400 gold, not too bad on him. It's a lot of net worth for Game Online and a lot of gold out of the pockets of mYinsanity. But Octarine Core now up on Gogi. What's his cooldown? Does it actually say? It does reduce the cooldown in the timer. I like that. Thank you, Valve. So yeah, 3-second cooldown Lightning Storm. It's pretty much Zeus now, this Leshrac, except Lightning Storm is like Arc Lightning on steroids. And of course he has lifesteal forever, assuming he could survive the initial brunt. And that's where Glimmer Cape comes in, saving himself from the Omni Slash. That's pretty much exactly what mYinsanity want. They want the DK to be eating every single slash of the Omni Slash because he has freaking 37 armor. He's going to take next to nothing from it. He's going to get Surge into the Roche Pit. They see Pelican right now. Gogi's going to throw some Lightning because he can, but Milan's going to start this one by himself. He doesn't have a lot of lifesteal. In fact, he has no lifesteal, and he will be spotted out right now. Excalibur's going to come in, but they get the Hex onto Pelican. He's going to get blown up. No borrowed time activated. They cut right through that. Excalibur's going to go for the Roche Pond right now, so though Vrocksnack can land up a 2-man Sonic Wave. Walls off into the sideline, zoning everyone else out. Finger of Destiny returned to the Dragonite, killing him off, and the Darkseer both. It's still Gogi standing strong with the lifesteal that he has. RP onto 2 again from ZLNTZ, but this time he doesn't actually have that much backup. Gogi's still alive because of all the spell lifesteal, and he's going to keep on going forward. Excalibur's going to get forced out to the high ground. That will keep him alive. Lizard caught in 2 fissures will die, but Gogi wanting to 1v4, probably not a good idea because Vrocksnack's on the offensive once again, so Earth going to whiff. He's going to get skewered back. No, lifted out of the skewer. He's still alive somehow. There's an Echo Slam off the side. Will kill off the Magnus. Now they're going to turn things around for his OD. Gogi's still alive with his lifesteal, and he's going to get a double kill. Oh my god, this Octarine Core, it's a pretty good item, guys. It's a pretty good item. I don't know how much lifesteal he actually got out of that item, but I'm pretty sure it was a lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna. It was a lot, man. Like he got so much effective HP out of that one. He can't actually go for this Roshan afterwards, unfortunately, mostly because Excalibur's closing in, and well, they'll try to get one stun on him. But Edict cuts right through Blade Fury. Excalibur, gotta watch out for that. Gogi looking for a little bit more. Pelican still has his ultimate because it got burst right through with the Finger of Death. He's still going to take some damage, though. Lightning Storm is there, stunned up by Grazine. He will pop his ultimate right now, but here comes Mitch. If he gets a Surge onto Gogi, that will be terrible for Pelican, although I'm pretty sure he's dead either way. Yeah, he's caught with nowhere to go. Glimmer Cape out. Oh, they're body blocking each other. They're like, where the hell did he go? He's off to the north, guys. He's gone now. You guys missed your opportunity. But they are going to force everyone else from Game Online back and try to go for the Roshan Pit again. They had the Medallion up on Lizard. And they're going to try to go for this one, but I think Game Online, if they really wanted to, they can contest it again. Here we go. Excalibur's going to wander on in. Magnus doesn't have an RP for another 8 seconds. This Roshan is going to be dead by then. The minus armor is going to be huge with Gogi's physical damage. Pelican's going to charge the front lines. Haste Rune available. Hexed up immediately. ZLNTZ has an RP. Lizard's, though, going to take the Massage. Pretty good for mYinsanity, all things considered, because now Excalibur is pretty much up Shit's Creek without paddle. ZLNTZ's ultimate gets buffed out. He doesn't have it available. He whiffed it completely. Gogi, this time Lifesteal is going to be enough. Glimmer Cape is going to help him a little bit. He has the Aegis, though, and he's going to do a lot of damage with that before he dies. Lightning Storm stolen from Rocksnack. Him and Zeroji on the high ground. Excalibur waiting for Gogi's revival. He'll revive into a whole pile of heroes. Has the Glimmer Cape, but he can't quite get in time. I think it's time to Sudoku Gogi. No, he's going to turn around, kill off Excalibur, secure it back onto 2. Will kill off 1. Now Mitch in the middle of a whole pile of heroes will go down as well. Rocksnack barely surviving. mYinsanity lose 4 heroes. Definitely not worth the Roshan. Game Online yet again lose their Juggernaut, but it's okay because they're getting such great trades on everyone else. This Queen of Pain is cashing in. And mYinsanity, they got the Aegis, which was so very hard for them to actually pick up, and in the end it didn't actually matter at all. Like the Leshrac, he has a good amount of HP to that. Oh, Echo Slam, okay, that's gonna kill off the Rubik. Did not expect that to happen, but suddenly surprise Earthshaker. But yeah, they worked so hard for that, and if Leshrac had, I think, like a plate mail, he would be just so difficult to kill. He's instead going to go for travels. It's a pretty good item, especially now you can't upgrade those. Let's show that to everyone who's a little bit unfamiliar. It's just basically super boots of travel. It doesn't do anything particularly special, except for being able to teleport to heroes, which is cute, I guess. I don't know how great that is, considering how much it's worth. It's probably worth it in the 45-minute, 50-minute late game, but not before that, I don't think. Probably not value enough. By the way, if he had a plate mail or something like that, some sort of extra physical survivability, then he will be in such a great position right now. He already has the magic resistance pretty much on lockdown because of the Glimmer. He just needs a little bit of physical resistance for Excalibur. If he could tank through an Omni Slash with a plate mail or something like that, he'll be very happy. And then Leshrac might be that carry that they're waiting for mYinsanity, although they really have to make sure he doesn't get bursted down. That's just so hard to do. They need Darkseer to be pretty much 100% on point with his vacuum walls, and for Mitch, the walls have been okay, but nothing really too amazing. At least, I mean, you can't really expect him to just win the fights automatically. It's definitely hard to compare a Darkseer wall to a Magnus RP, just because Magnus is inherently a little bit more flashy. Well, 28 to 25, and mYinsanity still holding strong. Grazine gonna go for his Aghanim Scepter. Let's actually take a look at all the items that are coming up in this game. Aghanim Scepter completed on the Shaker. Mitch probably working towards a Sheepstick with this Ultimate Orb, although he's far away from anything, so it doesn't really matter that much. And Milan still not going for that much of his own. I don't know if this is going to be a BKB. There's a lot of pure and BKB ignoring skills on the Game Online side. He'll try to clear off a stack. He has no Shadow Blade right now, and Pelican's going to find him with a gem as well. So Milan's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Pelican's going to give chase, force Milan to TP out. Here comes the support. No Omni Slash? They removed the Omni Slash mini stun. They did do that. My apologies, guys. Again, I will keep on apologizing until I stop getting it wrong. 0.83 would have killed him off, but this patch does not. Zeroji also a little bit too far away to get that lift up. So the DK gets to live. This could be that Silver Edge, or this could be a BKB. Again, there's so many things that go through BKB. The Omni Slash, Sonic Wave, RP. Then at that point, there's nothing really worth protecting yourself against. So I think this is a Silver Edge for Milan, although he's going to get it really, really slowly. DK, not exactly a great farmer. You don't really want to use Dragon Form to farm up when you could use it to fight. And at this point, if you don't have Dragon Form to fight, you're screwed as a DK. So we can't really afford to use that one willy-nilly. Down towards bottom lane, though, Mitch and Grazine looking for an assassination attempt on Zeroji's life. Mr. President, run away. Okay, Zeroji's going to get out of there free and clear, but Grazine, Glimmer Cape, Surge. Now, that's a combo I did not think about. It's cute, because it's pretty much just like Shadow Blade Light. I guess it's like, not Shadow, it's like a more expensive Shadow Blade version, since it costs a hero pick. in the darks here, and that might not be what you want to do all the time. But it's a pretty sweet combo, I guess. He closes the distance really quickly. Short bursts of invisibility are pretty cool, just as a mechanic, I think. But they're not going to find anyone, nor will Game Online. Smoking up to the bottom lane. Can't really find anyone there. mYinsanity, they're probably just going to be okay with waiting this out just a little while longer. They do have to worry about Excalibur, who's going to get a lot of farm. BKB is available to him right now. If he wants to save for buyback, probably he does want to do that. He'll need a little bit more cash until he grabs that one, but as far as the late game power, Game Online, they have pretty much all in this Juggernaut. If he gets hit with something like a Hex, and he's unable to actually get the BKB off, then he can be in a hell of a lot of trouble. But if he's able to get that BKB off, get the Manta style out to split out from those soft disables, if there are any, there aren't, but you know, you guys know, he can maybe do that. Then, well, then it'll be a Game Online's fight to lose. It really does depend on whether or not mYinsanity actually gets CC on this Juggernaut, and how Game Online are actually able to respond to that. It's so hard to chain stun a Juggernaut, though, mostly because if you slip up, he's just going to Blade Fury or Omni Slash you, and also he has Pelican on his side, the Abaddon, so the odds of you actually getting a full chain stun off with Abaddon being also under lockdown is very, very slow. Very slim, rather. Difficult to pull off for mYinsanity, to say the least. Well, they'll fall back either way. Just waiting for, I guess, another Roshan. It's not going to be up for quite a long time. Game Online still have a long way to go until this Juggernaut is 6-slotted. Actually, not that far. You could replace the treads with travels. I guess double travels. You get the double Hyperstone item, whatever that's called. I guess that's a little more steroid. You can replace the Mask of Madness, but aside from that, he's pretty much tapped out. ZLNTZ. He's Shadow Bladed up, looking for a little bit of blood. Can't quite find anyone there. And both sides seemingly a little bit scared to make an engagement, as well they should be, because either side right now has a ton of pushing power. We've seen it already from both sides, really. Like Excalibur just let him loose on a tower, with hitting for 250 a pop very quickly. He can destroy your structures in the blink of an eye. If mYinsanity lose a fight, they will have no response to that. Similarly for mYinsanity, if they win a fight, they can just bowl through all the way to the tier 3s, given their pushing power they have with Assault Cuirass and a level 4 Edict. So it's really going to be rough for both sides should they lose a fight. If they lose a fight with buybacks, not as bad, obviously. But if they don't have buybacks, then they're going to be screwed. DK has his BKB now. I'm not really sure if this is the best item pickup. I mean, it is good generally as an item for DK. Lets you freely hit people. I think BKB on DK definitely a lot worse on him than the Shiva's Guard is on the Leshrac. And that's an item that he's going to get some serious value out of. This also gives you spell lifesteal, I think, caused by spells. Does this count? Oh, I guess it would have said. Okay, so the cooldown reduction applies to Shiva's, but the Vamp does not of Shiva's Guard, unless it's bugged. And I think I did see Midas was bugged to give you spell to get lifesteal. So this might give Leshrac a little bit of extra life. I'm not sure about that. But either way, Gogi is really, really tanky now. If he can avoid being bursted down, it looks like he should be able to with his current build. Then he's going to be golden to dish out some serious damage. But right now, mYinsanity, they are going to post up near the Roshan pit. It is going to be respawning, or potentially respawning very shortly. But they need to get a Hex off on someone without taking a clumped up fight, because there's a Magnus right around the corner. And mYinsanity, they're awfully clumped up together. There's the smoke from the other side. Game Online, they will walk right out. Neither side going to blow their smoke. That was pretty close, but it's fine, because no one's actually going to die. As Game Online perfectly predict and bypass the enemy's smokes. Double damage rune also on the floor right now. That would be huge if somehow Excalibur can grab that one, and if Game Online can get into a fight. But it doesn't seem like that's really going to happen. It's now about time to wait for the Roshan, and unfortunately for both teams, it's going to be a really, really long Roshan spawn timer. But Milan, was he spotted out right now? Smoke still being held. Shadowblade forward. Magnus sees Milan. They see him. RP is there. They have the burst damage to kill him off. Sonic Wave and the Orchid would have killed him off if nothing else. They kill off the DK free. That's 70 seconds on the sidelines. No BKB is going to save you there. And the Dragon Form was all stolen by the Rubik. Oh, yes it was. Now that's the good stuff. Corrosive Breath added to the primary target, guys. That means that he's going to push down the towers all day long. And this hero has no upgrade. Good. I'm correct. They're just going to go for this tower push. Excalibur on the front lines, threatening that Omni Slash. Gogi's going to throw out lightning as much as he can. But at a certain point, Zero just going to return fire. Excalibur also, if he catches anyone a little bit too close, he's just going to Omni Slash and bring them down. Maybe Glimmer Cape is going to save someone, although it seems a little bit unlikely. Right now, mYinsanity, they need their DK if they're actually going to take a fight, or they need Game Online to really heavily clump up and deliver an excellent. But a skewer back, they're going to catch Lizard. Finger of Death is out. ZLTZ going to survive a little while longer, but a nice vacuum back. No Echo Slam for Grazine, though, because he gets silenced by the Orchid. Now Sonic Wave through with the Omni Slash. Gogi's going to die last. Oh my god, that could have been amazing for mYinsanity. A 5-man wall with a vacuum and then an Echo Slam. That is the thing you put into videos. But the Orchid from, I believe, Rocksnack saved Game Online's bacon. That could have been disastrous. That could have actually been mYinsanity's hold with no DK off of the largest womboist of combos. But Rocksnack saves the frickin' day, man. Orchid is a good item, especially if you're that quick with it. He just saved his team from utter disaster, and with that 4-for-1 trade rather, they will clean up top lane and mid lane and probably bottom lane as well. They don't have the Omni Slash anymore. Now they have to deal with 2 of the harder to kill off mYinsanity heroes, but it's okay if they fall back. They already got what they wanted. They claimed 2 sets of Raxes. They've lost very, very little, only the Magnus's life. And they're going to be so ecstatic about how that went. Oh man, that was so close. That could have been so freaking dangerous. Oh hey, look, Roshan is also up. That seems fair. Game Online, they could slow roll the bottom lane all day long. They can put Excalibur in the Roche Pit, have him replace the TV scroll. What is he getting for himself? Not much. It's a Vlad's for Pelican. A great item to have, not really a huge item to wait for. mYinsanity, they're on the hunt once again. Shadowbladed up. Excalibur. Assault Cuirass is revealed. They know exactly what's going on. Zeroji's going to be hit with the Dragon Tail. Chain Stun is there. Zeroji probably going to die first, and then they're going to try to chase for Excalibur. ZLTZ going to look for an RP. Will get hexed out of it and should be brought down. Pelican is going to awkwardly wander by as well. Has his ultimate, but I don't know if that's actually going to save him because, well, they used all their disables apparently. No, he's not going to TP out. Gets disabled after all, and he's going to die as well. That's 3 easy kills, and they are probably not going to get any more. Was it, yeah, two easy kills. My bad, guys. But it's 2 very easy kills for mYinsanity there as Game Online are unable to make any sort of response. No, it was 3. It was definitely 3. Wasn't it? Yeah, they killed off the Rubik first, and he's alive again because he bought back. There we go. That's 3. But mYinsanity, they actually get a couple kills, and they'll clean up Roshan because of it. This is much bigger in the fact that the enemies won't have Roshan than it is for mYinsanity to have that Aegis. This is a cheese Aegis as well, so we got Aegis on Gogi and cheese on Milan. It's a lot of damage that Leshrac can put out before he dies. I actually didn't notice that Game Online didn't take down the entirety of mid lane. Not a big deal. But still a rack and a half up. mYinsanity need to make something happen with this Aegis and cheese power that they have right now. They've claimed a couple of kills. They know that the Rubik has just bought back. So if they kill him off again, that's no more Rubik. And that's not really a huge deal. But it will be a little bit more of an edge than they otherwise would have. Is it going to be a straight bottom lane push? If they do, Rocksnack's going to make things very difficult. Split pushing up the top lane with only a Darkseer to defend. Queen of Pain doesn't really have much to fear from him. Although it seems like Game Online, they're ready to make a defense. ZLTZ looking for someone to RP and or skewer. Won't find anyone just yet. mYinsanity just still farming it up. Just farming it up. I love watching the chat that's delayed, and they're all like, oh, it's GG, it's GG. But no, here we are. The game's still going, guys. mYinsanity can win this if they take a good team fight right now. The buyback status looking okay for the Radiant. They have 3 buybacks, but the push is incoming. Blink forward, looking for the skewer. ZLT is going to fall short. Shadowblade out. Is he going to survive? He will. Mitch looking for that cheap stick. Won't quite find it. They have the medallion now up on Leshrac. A broken amount of armor. Not the upgraded medallion just yet. But maybe that'll come a little bit later. Milan, gonna pop a Dragon Form, Dragon Tail, and Excalibur, hexed up as well, but he gets shielded up and then brought out, vacuum back onto 4, but no wall follow-up, and an RP onto 4 again from ZLTZ as the Omni Slash cuts through Grazine. Now it's gonna go towards Mitch and Gogi at the same exact time. They have the Aegis on the Leshrac, but the Dragonite taking a lot of damage right now has already used the cheese, and he's gonna lose his life immediately thereafter. Gogi's gonna respawn into a whole pile of enemy heroes, skewered back into the tower. They're gonna try to dodge this wall, and they will be doing a great job at that. It's an unstoppable streak for Rocksnack. It's a 4-for-0 trade for Game Online. And what an RP from this mag. ZLTZ has been playing out of his freaking skull. It's been insane how good these RPs have been. mYinsanity again just falling short with that vacuum wall combo. They got the wall and the vacuum, but it just wasn't correct. Lizard? Oh, Lizard, do you really want to be doing that? Oh, he's in between everyone right now, so they don't exactly know where he is. But they might actually catch up to him. No, they won't. They only have the Lion to fear right now. I mean, he's the only one alive, obviously. They're going to try to force buybacks. They don't have to worry about backdoor protection. And very soon they'll realize that no one on mYinsanity has buybacks, except for the DK who just spent his, but no one else does. And DK by himself is not good enough. Lion's going to get into a fight with ZL and TZ right now. Lizard has no Finger of Death. He's doing a lot to distract the game online side, and that's really all you could hope for at this stage. Going to buy them some precious seconds to respawn their other heroes. Blink forward, Sheepstick onto Milan. Excalibur's closing in hot with the Abyssal at the ready. He'll stun Milan and then chop right through him. Armor or not, you're not going to be able to withstand that. Finger of Death even stolen for like the 5th time on Zeroji. Fissure onto 3 is going to slow this down, but they need a lot more. Mitch going to jump right in. Vacuum is there. RP not going to use just yet. Zenty actually doesn't have it. Spike onto 2 as Gogi's doing a lot of damage. He's not being focused down by anyone right now. Excalibur, though, he's going to turn on the BKB and turn things around. RP finally up. Will catch Gogi as well as Mitch, and they're both going to fall. That's GG called for mYinsanity. Game Online hold against the mYinsanity push, and they hold and they hold and they hold and they claim victory. ZLNTZ, Magnus is a strong hero, guys. If you get hit with the RP, you're going to be regretting it every single time. Game Online, take game 1. I would have loved to see mYinsanity take it with such an with such a unique draft, but alas, it is not to be. Here on the Yard channel, guys, this is the best of 3. It's been a pleasure casting this one for you. I'm Mikelorus, and I will be right back for Game 2 between Game Online and mYinsanity from the Yard G2A Fest. In just a sec, guys. Be right back.